Have you ever had this huge goal and wondered if you'd ever actually make it to where you're going? That's kind of what this podcast has been for me. It was this huge, ginormous mission, setting out on it and wondering where we're going to end up. So, today we're going to talk about some of that journey, what's brought us here today, and what's going forward as we celebrate episode 100. Do you want to achieve your goals, but anxiety is tripping you up? Like to keep those fun weekend plans, but depression has you canceling again? Hey, I'm Lori, dog mom, lover of nature, and hygge enthusiast. Positive psychology skills help me overcome chronic severe PTSD. If you're ready to learn how to overcome your anxiety and depression and rediscover happiness and purpose in life, then get your cozy on and let's get started. Welcome back to Practical Solutions for PTSD, and I cannot believe that. This is episode 100. We've actually made it. It is so incredible. And we're going to talk about some of where we've been, what brought us here, where we are today, where we're going in the future, some things that are going to be right around the corner. And I'm really excited to share that with you. But first, I want to be able to get this out right out of the gate and let you know that we're running a flash sale in celebration of our 100th episode. You can go to practicalsolutionsforptsd.com/breakthrough. Use the coupon code CELEBRATE100 when you book your first coaching session, and you will get 20% off. So don't normally run sales like this. This is definitely periodic, very occasional. So if you go on there and just go to practicalsolutionsforptsd.com/breakthrough, use the coupon code CELEBRATE100, and you can get 20% off your first coaching session. There's another way that you can participate in this flash sale, and that is by submitting a review on the podcast. This is where we lock arms together and we promote this mission together, because the more you like it, you follow, you share, you subscribe, you submit comments, all this stuff helps get the word out about the podcast so that it's picked up by other people who need to hear the good news as well. So if you submit a review, take a picture of that 5-star review, send it to me, either direct messaging or email, and I'll put you in a drawing for a full scholarship for your very first coaching session. So that 100% off of that for submitting a review, I'll put in a drawing for that. So you can, on any platform, it could be Spotify, YouTube, Audible. There's boatloads of them out there. Apple is the one that affects the ratings the most. But any platform you're using, anything that you can do, we appreciate that. So any written review that you submit, take a copy of that and send that to me, and we'll get that in. And you have a week to do that. This will go through August the 1st. You have a little over a week, actually. And I'll put you in a drawing and pull the winner for that one for a full scholarship. And this is where you can get some, start the process of really operationalizing those personality assessments that you've taken for years, and you've wondered, okay, well, that's really good information. Now what? So this is where we take that now what, and we customize the tools that you use to overcome seasonal depression, or to deal with loneliness and isolation, to overcome guilt with mental health, or to deal with depression, anxiety, burnout, all this kind of stuff. We customize that by your character strengths, by your personality traits, so you can put them to work for you. You can lean into those because it's stuff that you're naturally good at anyway. So we help you to figure out how to use them specifically to address the challenges in your life and operationalize those things that you take anyway, that are super interesting, have loads of information, and we're just going to put those to work for you. So to do that, just go to practicalsolutionsforptsd.com/breakthrough, book your first coaching session, use the code CELEBRATE100 and get 20% off your very first coaching session, or you can submit a copy of your review and get put in a drawing for a full scholarship. And I really look forward to hearing from you and what y'all have to say. So August the 26th was the very first time I dropped an episode. So our 1-year anniversary is like right around the corner in 1 month. But I remember sitting down to record those first sessions. One, I didn't know what to say. There's so much to say, and how do you get this narrowed down? And I was used to teaching on an online format because I had done that for the Army for like 5 years, going through COVID and post-COVID. So I'd gotten used to the online platform, which did give me a leg up on it. But this was very different because teaching for the Army, it was more in depth and a lot more information. And now I'm adjusting this to a 15, 20-minute podcast and trying to hit the high points and figure out what to say, what to leave out. Wow, that was overwhelming. And then also sharing my own story and some of the challenges I'd overcome myself, which I'm going to hit on a little bit that here in a minute. But going through that and working through some vulnerable points and the difficult podcast, some of them I had talked about some pain points of my own and opening up and sharing about that and just figuring out the software. Like I had never done this before. So how far do you sit away from the mic and how loud do you have to have it on and how in the world do you edit this thing? It took me like 8 hours to get the first podcast done. It was crazy. Just trying to figure out how to do it all and just the overwhelming and the fear and trying to figure out what to do, but then sitting down and spending some time with the Lord and praying over it and asking him to give me the words to say and to anoint that podcast and anoint you as the listeners, that you would glean from that what God wanted you to hear, and that you would hear the fact that there is hope in the dark, no matter how dark it is or how long it's been dark. There is hope. There is hope in that darkness, and trying to shine a light into that darkness and let you know that there's hope and that there's a way out, one step at a time. No healing doesn't happen overnight, but we are absolutely right there beside you to walk you through that one step at a time. And to be able to communicate that message while talking about somewhat of a difficult topic, as we talk about, emotions and depression, anxiety, and mental health and all this stuff that can be discouraging at times, but to let you know that you can find joy again, you can find purpose again, you can find healing, and God can make such beautiful things out of broken pieces, and pulling those back together and make something beautiful, full of purpose and hope and light. And so, anyway, sitting down for that first podcast was just crazy, and dropped it on August the 26th, along with two others, as we had like that batch and we dropped it first. And it was really exciting because this was something God had put on my heart quite a while back. And specifically in February of last year, God put this on my heart, and being able to see it become a reality in August in that very first episode. And I remember just simple things like numbering it. Like I was like, okay, 01 dot, and then the title, and thinking, man, will I ever get to 3 digits? And this is my very first 3-digit podcast. This will be episode 100. It's kind of boggles the mind. But just going through that first time and being able to be in a place where I felt like I was fulfilling a deeper part of my purpose. And for just a little window into my own story, I worked as a civilian for the Army for 16 years. And early in that career, I spent 2 years deployed overseas as a civilian. But I was on a high visibility, fast paced job, a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, working a lot of long hours. And I came back from that completely emotionally drained. And this was largely due to the fact that I did not know how to draw boundaries. I didn't have resilience tools to help me in the process. There's a lot that went into the reasons why I came back so burnt out. But I was just completely empty. And it took me years of trying to put the pieces back together and figure out what was wrong with me and how to work my way through that before I understood that I had chronic severe PTSD and burnout and a bunch of other stuff going on. In some of the darker days in my journey, wondering why I was there, I remember telling the Lord I was perfectly fine the way I was before. I did not need to be so broken. Why did this have to happen? But the Lord promised me that he had a purpose behind that pain. And there is a reason that I was going through that. And someday I would see that. And some of that purpose was fulfilled later working in the Army in the last 7 years of my career, when I became a certified resilience trainer and trained civilians and soldiers across the Army on resilient skills and exploring that whole world and wellness and how to heal the body and the soul and the spirit, and bringing all that together and just being able to communicate that to other people. It was I loved that job. Absolutely loved it. It was very fulfilling for me. And then February of last year, God called me out of that and said, okay, now it's time for you to start your own business and you're going to start with podcasting. So you're going to class and learning all that. I mean, I literally did not know a single thing about podcast other than a few that I'd listened to that were video podcasts. And so, obviously this is not video, it's audio only. So getting into that and figuring out how to set it all up and going through the training and launching my first podcast on August the 26th of last year. And now we're at episode 100. And the podcast has reached over 85 countries. We've had over 7,000, coming close to 8,000 downloads of episodes across the world. And this is just really exciting. We have people all around the world that listen to this, and I'm so excited for everyone that tunes in. So we had the podcast. We also launched our Facebook group, which is Overcome Depression and Anxiety Using Positive Psychology. And you can join us there. We have a very fun, active group. We talk about, just various topics of the day. I think the post today was whether or not you like stargazing or morning walks. It's just some fun engagement where you connect with people that are of like mind. I do have some intentional stuff on there, but that community is growing. We have almost 200 people in that community, and we have a lot of fun there. And then I started the newsletter, which I lovingly called Practical Solutions Weekly. And in that love note that I send you guys on a weekly basis, I go a little bit deeper in topics than I do on the podcast. I'll share a little bit more, tell some stories, relate that back to practical principles that can help you to overcome depression, walk through anxiety, deal with seasonal affective disorder, connect with community, whatever it may be. Mostly I use stories from my own life, just things that happen, whatever it may be, and try to bring those. And then hearing back from y'all, I've gotten emails back like, man, this email came through, the newsletter came through, and it was exactly what I needed to hear today. Or this really rang a bell with me. I can so relate to what you said. I've had people on the Facebook community, or when we had our class, the Calm Emotional Overwhelm workshop, and people telling me, hey, I stumbled across you by accident, but it was such a blessing, and you've shown a light of hope into my life when I needed it the most, when things were so dark. And hearing feedback from y'all on Facebook and how you've engaged there, and the comments that you have on the different podcasting platforms. And it's like I had one from Hannah. It says, Lori, thank you for your podcast. It's going to be so helpful for so many people. And Michelle, she said, Lori truly gets what you're going through. You can feel her passion and vibrant personality in every episode, making it feel like she's right there on the couch with you, offering support. She's incredibly knowledgeable and insightful, and her words offer reassurance, letting you know there's nothing wrong with you, that what you're experiencing is simply part of the PTSD journey. I especially appreciate her practical, easy to follow tips that you can start using right away. If you're looking for guidance and encouragement, this podcast is a must listen. This has just been such an incredible experience. And then working on the website, where you can go practicalsolutionsforptsd.com. There's all kinds of information on there. We have the home page that just kind of runs you through what our purpose is. We have the page where you can talk about what the coaching program is, the breakthrough page, and page there about myself. And I'm also in the process of starting a speaking and teaching ministry where I can train in a corporate level or work with local churches around the United States or across the world, and be able to teach them some principles from God's word and how to deal with mental health. So these are things that have all happened within the last year in trying to build this ministry and reaching other people with the good news of hope in the dark, and shining a light into that and helping people to find their way out. Some things that are coming up, I wanted to be able to share some of that with you. Something that's coming right around the corner is I'm looking at launching my own merchandising line. So I would be interested to hear back from y'all. I'm going to put this on Facebook so I can get more direct feedback from y'all. But what you would be interested in getting, mugs or t-shirts or bags, just various things that have quotes that we talk about a lot here on Practical Solutions for PTSD. So thinking about starting a merchandising line, and that's going to be launching here shortly. I'm really excited about that. It's going to have some really cool stuff. I'm looking to make some really unique and fun designs on there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And obviously we have some more podcasts coming and some really awesome interviews that are just around the corner. I've already recorded some of them. They're going to be coming to you next week and the weeks to follow. In fact, why I'm really excited about this is I'm going to be able to have on a big mentor of mine. She's agreed to guest on this podcast, just a matter of scheduling it. So there's going to be more news coming out on that. I'm super excited about it. And I'm excited about connecting with y'all more, whether it's through the podcast, your feedback on Facebook, connecting via the email. My favorite way is working with you one-on-one, whether that be through email, if you shoot me an email and talking back and forth, or if we sit down and actually have coaching sessions where I can help you develop those personalized strategies to overcome the struggles that you're facing in your life by operationalizing things like your character strengths, your personality, to be able to work with you one-on-one and getting to know you a little bit better. We'll be having more workshops coming up. There'll be some on boundaries and some on stress. And to help you out with some of that, that's also right around the corner. And we'll continue to publish 2 episodes a week here. Be able to come back every time and be able to find more information here and learn more about what's going on and provide some more additional tips. So I hope y'all have been enjoying this and building community. And I'm so excited that y'all are there and coming alongside each other and forming that community. And you can see this more in the Facebook group where you're seeing connection built there and community, and also some of the newsletter. You get some of that there. I'm so thankful to be able to work with y'all, to be able to pass on some of the lessons that God taught me through my own journey, and to be able to bring that to life for you and to bring across truth and to let you know that if you keep moving forward and keep putting one foot in front of the other, that you can find your way out of the dark one step at a time, that there is hope, and that you can find joy again, you can find purpose again by operationalizing those character strengths and personality traits that you have and developing your own personal toolkits. So we have lots more fun to come. I'm looking forward to it. We have our 1-year anniversary 1 month away. This is just kind of blows my mind. And sometimes you wonder if you're ever actually going to make it. You're like, this is so overwhelming. But it's happening. It's really, really happening just by showing up every single week. We're about to make it 1 month. We'll have our 1-year anniversary. I'm really excited about that and looking forward to working with y'all in the future, getting to know you. Love y'all, and I'm super excited about the celebration. Be sure to take advantage of it and get that 20% off your first coaching session by using the code CELEBRATE100, or submit a review and put yourself in for a drawing to get a full scholarship. And you'll be hearing from me some more next week, and I look forward to continue working with you. If you would like to learn more about any of the things we talked about today or how to best connect with me, the number one place to go is the website practicalsolutionsforptsd.com. You'll find all the links there or in the show notes below. Hey, my friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you please take 30 seconds and share it with someone you know who may be struggling with depression and anxiety? Also, would you please leave a quick review for the show? Knowing how this podcast is helping you fills my heart with so much joy, and it motivates me for future episodes. For now, it's time for Sam and I to head outside to enjoy some sunshine and fresh air. We'll see you back here on Tuesdays and Thursdays for more great episodes.